Yellow carded for fouls on him this season. Just like we've got a Spurs fan on the line now, Chris Cowlin. Last word on Spurs. I'm just quite keen to get your take, Chris. Look, fantastic win, and I'm obviously being a bit tongue in cheek here, but you understand that this is what you're going to get now with Jose Mourinho, don't you? Just fouls.
What, points everywhere?
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because that wouldn't have happened under Poch. And is this okay? Do you think you had Dyer, you had Harry Kane, you had Vertonghen? Oh no, sorry, Alderweireld it was, I think, getting booked, wasn't it? Just for tackles against Traore. I mean, wouldn't you rather they just dealt with him properly?
We're playing against a top side. Wolves were unbeaten, in the Premier League for 3 months. We're playing a top side. And we needed to do anything in our power to get those 3 points yesterday, and Tottenham got them. And Jose Mourinho has just turned Tottenham around. I come on this show a couple of weeks ago, and the presenters laughed when I said that Tottenham would finish in the top 4. Because when Jose arrived, less than a month ago, we were 12 points adrift, and it just didn't look like it was going to happen. But he has turned the club around. He has guided Tottenham now to 4 out of 5 Premier League wins. He seems to be delivering points every weekend at the moment. We're scoring goals. Everyone thought he'd come and park the bus and we'd get 1-0 wins. We've had some very dramatic games, high-scoring games, scoring goals. It's like sometimes the football is like football under Aussie Idealies, with us just defending or attacking. Very little in midfield yesterday. But we got the win, and I tell you what, yesterday's result is absolutely huge going into the game now, this Sunday coming, Chelsea at home, that could put us back in the top 4 where Tottenham Hotspur belong.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting point. You made it there that you said they could be top 4, which is largely down to the fact that if they do win Sunday, that'll be 5 and 6, which is fantastic, and he's certainly proven a point as Mourinho. Of course, it's also the fact that Chelsea have had this horrendous run, and you actually feel this season that 4th spot could well be a really low points total to actually get 4th space, much lower than last season, which at the moment, I guess if you're a betting man, the way that Spurs are going, there really does seem to be the belief about the squad, the belief about the fans again. It is looking very good.
I've always believed that though, Richard, because Tottenham are a top 4 side. No matter what other fans want to say, Tottenham have qualified for the Champions League for the last 4 seasons. Mauricio Pochettino has put us in that position, and Tottenham Hotspur are now a top 4 side, and we're an established Champions League side as well, having got in the final last year. So it's where we want to be, and it's where Jose Mourinho wants to be. I just hope that Jose Mourinho puts a trophy in the cabinet very, very soon, because we really need one. We haven't won a trophy since 2008, and the fans want something to cheer about, and we want to see a trophy lifted as soon as possible.
Yeah, Spurs have actually scored more Premier League goals than anyone since Jose Mourinho took charge. I mean, what do you think that's down to? Is it just that maybe it's re-galvanised some of his attacking players?
The tactics that he's playing at the moment, he knows that we've got a fairly weak defence and there's a lot of work to do. But he believes that if we score more goals than we let in, then we're going to win matches, and it's obviously working at the moment. And to play the 4 attacking players, which is great to see, in Lucas Moura, Sonny, Dele, and Harry Kane, you know that goals are going to come from one of those players. And of course, yesterday Lucas Moura scored a fantastic goal. 3 goals since Mourinho has come in, and you know that goals galore is going to be scored from those 4 players.
Yeah, no, it was a great goal. So, lovely strike. Well, I guess this is it now. We're coming up to January, of course, a couple of big games before January. But what needs to happen? And going back to it, top 4, realistically, the top 3 is unlikely unless City slip up. Certainly Liverpool being so far away that the title is certainly going to be, you'd think Liverpool's. So from Spurs' point of view, is it a case of, right, end of the season, what is going to constitute a very successful season given the start? What are we talking, top 4 and then ideally winning a cup of sorts?
Absolutely, yeah, top 4. A lot of people thought that we would never, ever reach top 4 this season, with the results we've had so far. But I do believe that the likes of Chelsea and Leicester will slip up and drop points, and that's been proven over, this weekend or the last couple of weeks with Chelsea. But I do believe that Tottenham will finish top 4, and yes, a very successful season would be that top 4 finish again, and to lift perhaps the FA Cup would be great, because I think that Mourinho will take that seriously. He seems to love to put a trophy in the cabinet of whatever club he goes to early on, and he will really focus on that.
Yep, look, absolutely. In terms of recruitment in January, now, again, Christian Eriksen was on the bench, was brought on for quite a short cameo, really. Is it just fine life without Eriksen at Spurs, do you think? Is that what this Mourinho foray into management at Spurs has shown? That actually it's all right without Christian Eriksen? You might as well move him on, and actually that it might be best to just try and recruit a replacement in Jan?
You know, I feel for Christian Eriksen. He's had a great Tottenham career, but throughout 2019, he's been awful. He really has. The form, it just isn't nowhere near what we're used to for Eriksen. A lot of fans believe that we should move him on in January. I probably agree with that. You know, he doesn't seem to really want to be here at the moment, and I think a move for him would be ideal in January. But it depends on who we get in, because it just proves, you know, he came on yesterday and assisted the winner. So it proves that he could still play a part.
Are there any defensive reinforcements, any players out there that you would like to see in a Spurs shirt?
I could give you names all day long, but you know, I'm a realist, and are we going to spend big money on big players? I'm not so sure. But to have a manager like Jose Mourinho, surely money has to be given to a manager like that, and reinforce the squad, because Mourinho's working with the defence, as I said, and Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld are out of contract at the end of this season. They're huge players to replace, and of course Christian Eriksen as well. Danny Rose is out of contract in 18 months' time. You know, all these players are going to leave on a free transfer, and it is going to cost a lot of money to replace these first-team footballers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, thank you very much, Chris, for giving us your thoughts there. Chris Cowlin, last word on Spurs, talking about, of course, Tottenham's 2-1 win against...
Yes! Tottenham have done it! Yes! Come on! Huge 3 points.
on 16th of December.